Hey, welcome back. So often we hear about this miracle cure ingredient or this food item that seems to help every single disease state known to man or woman. And I would suggest most of these are just good marketing schemes, right? And after a few million people use them, they don't really work. They finally lose their luster, and we go back to the fact that we just got to dial in our lifestyles and those miracle cures, they probably really aren't out there. But there are a few that have enough experience and even enough evidence behind them that I think it's worth utilizing and looking into them. And one of them, which I'm going to talk about today, is apple cider vinegar, also known as ACV. And I'm going to talk about 20 different health benefits or health opportunities to capitalize on with apple cider vinegar. Yes, there actually is some literature on it, and I think it could benefit a lot of us. So remember, as with all videos on my channel, this is purely for educational and informative purposes only. I'm not treating or diagnosing your condition here. I'm literally making a video. Okay. So also, if you haven't already subscribed or left a review or shared DR Wholeness, Accumulate Health to your buddies, giving them an opportunity to gain massive health and truthful health, information that they can actually act on. What are you waiting for? They'd be so grateful if this content showed up in their inbox, showed up via text message. All right, so let's get started right here. And we're gonna start with everyone's favorite. I got 20 of these, get ready. Weight loss, or what I like to call fat loss. So there's a 2018 study that showed in two groups consuming 250 less calories than their normal caloric input, that the addition of 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar daily to the one group led to a significant weight loss compared to the other group that was just, minimizing the 250 calories. So this loss effect, this fat loss effect, is likely due to the metabolic mechanisms of apple cider vinegar that we're about to go over in the next 19 of these. So there's no doubt about it. We got a controlled study showing, yes, it seems like it does increase weight loss. Number 2 is blood sugar control. So studies point to ACV as at improving insulin sensitivity and lowering the blood sugar spikes, especially after meals. And number 3 is heart health benefits. So animal studies suggest that the polyphenols in apple cider vinegar, they support the heart health through improving endothelial function. And your endothelium is basically that inner lining, the inside lining of your arteries. The healthier, the happier that is, the better your heart is going to receive the inputs it needs. And along with improving endothelial function, it's also been shown to stimulate nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide, man, vasodilation. We're talking better blood flow with your heart. Next one is digestive health benefits. So this is probably the most commonplace. I see people using, for heartburn, for maldigestion issues. And studies do show that apple cider vinegar does not necessarily stimulate hydrochloric acid secretions or more of those, but it does aid in digestion by increasing the overall acidity, like adding to the acidity of the stomach environment. And that in itself promotes food breakdown. And there was a study in autoimmune gastritis in 2022 showing that a dose of about 15 to 30 milliliters of apple cider vinegar diluted in 8 ounces of water with meals could increase the digestibility of foods that people are intaking. All right, then we have anti-cancer properties. Wow, big one right here, right? So the exposure, this is in a lab, of cancerous gastric mucus cells, like stomach cancer cells, with acetic acid, which is what we find in vinegar, induced apoptosis, which is cancer cell death, while at the same time having no side effect on the normal cells. And then we have the antibacterial properties of ACV. So it can inhibit the growth, the harmful effects of bacteria like Streptococcus and MRSA. And at the same time, they incubated white blood cells in ACV for a 24-hour time frame, and it showed no damage to those white blood cells. So once again, supporting removal of the pathogen while maintaining integrity of the normal cells. What more could we ask for, right? Now we have its anti-inflammatory effects. In the lab and in animal models, multiple studies have shown that it actually decreases brain or nerve tissue neural inflammation via the uptake of apple cider vinegar. And hopefully, since we know it is very benign and very cost effective, it will actually make its way into human trials. We got to get past these animals and past just these labs. Got to get into the humans. Next is the antioxidant activity. So the polyphenols in apple cider vinegar, they act as antioxidants and they protect cells from oxidative damage, basically causing us to age. That's what oxidation does. And this isn't just in healthy tissue. This occurs when people are metabolically deranged and metabolic syndrome, full swing. Apple cider vinegar could be, a really supportive measure to help people work on transforming their disease routine into a health accumulating one. We need all the support we can get, right? Next up is enhanced athletic recovery. So the post-exercise repletion of liver and skeletal muscle glucose is increased, aiding in fatigue recovery in rats who are administered acetic acid and citric acids. And those are, of course, found in apple cider vinegar. Athletes, let's do this. All right, next one is reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. So without lifestyle change, nothing's just going to cure diabetes. It just doesn't happen, folks. But including all your Ozempics, Mounjaros, all those shots. But with ACV's impact on insulin and blood sugar response to food, I don't know why every diabetic wouldn't have it in their daily routine, eating with their meals. Next one is optimal cholesterol balance. So animal studies, once again, indicate that ACV can help reduce triglyceride formation in the liver and elevate liver glutathione, the mother of all antioxidants. We're talking less triglycerides floating around and high glutathione levels in your liver. This is so helpful. All right, the next one is improved metabolism. So ACV has been shown to potentially enhance metabolic rate specifically by promoting lipolysis. So, that process, which is the breakdown of fat to be used as an energy source. And who does not want that in this day and age? All right, the next one is anti-fungal properties. So ACV, so many people probably put them, on their toes, on their nails, but it actually has been demonstrated against Candida species to have a positive benefit and depleting the stores of the Candida, which also, when you talk about your skin, your nails, if you were to, just put your toes in ACV, that can actually, the ACV is going to lower the pH of the skin, which acidity is not what Candida yeast want. They want an environment that's a little more alkaline. And so that can help deplete, the fungal formation that's around your nail there. And then we have alleviation of allergies. Now, I'm not saying it can eliminate allergies, but it seems like it can support those. This is because there's a study showing that when you added ACV to cooked preparations, actually decreased the allergenicity of that food. It was like somehow it was breaking down components that are more allergenic. And this was specifically in eggs and lentils this study was done. The next one is decreasing muscle cramps. So acetic acid in ACV, along with its just strong taste, that strong taste of apple cider vinegar, is believed to mitigate cramping by decreasing these alpha motor neurons, the activity there, and stimulating our soft palate and throat. In order to get this benefit, though, I think we'll actually need to not dilute the ACV. You pretty much have to have it in a high concentration to if you want to try it for cramps. All right, next up is detoxification support. So given that apple cider vinegar has benefits on the liver and decreasing oxidative stress of the kidneys, it can be a great addition to any overall, detoxification support regimen. And because, detox is a 24/7 endeavor. It's not just something that you need to support when you're doing your 7-day miracle cleanse. 24-day, detox. This is an everyday thing. So just a little bits all the time could make a big difference. All right, now we're talking about hair. I think ladies are gonna love this one. So apple cider vinegar really can help with hair clarifying and to remove the buildup of grime on the scalp from products you're using. Because product buildup can clog follicles, promoting a dry scalp and even dandruff and then lack of luster of your hair. And really in extreme cases, that can lead to actually hair loss. There's also theories that because shampoos tend to be more alkaline, like the commercial shampoos you're getting, and the ideal pH of our hair is actually a mildly acidic, like a 4 to 5 pH, they could cause hair friction, breakage, dryness, these shampoos, and using an acidic ingredient like apple cider vinegar on our scalp could actually help us maintain the balance and so make our hair stronger, smoother, shinier. And I wish it was going to grow hair back, but I haven't found anything that says it'll do that. All right, and then we got balancing flora. So in fact, apple cider vinegar, does have antimicrobial effects against Enterococcus facilis, Streptococcus mutans, which have led some to suggest it actually should be used as like a dental pulp disinfectant in place of sodium hypochlorite, which would be amazing, right? If they could make that happen. The next is it can reduce blood clot formation or support that. Animal studies indicate that ACV, because of its concentration of organic acids like acetic acid, can actually inhibit the inflammatory like COX-1 pathways that lead to a hypercoagulable state. So I'm just thinking potentially, instead of drinking a beer, having a soda pop on the airplane, getting all that thick blood, maybe we should be passing around shots of apple cider vinegar or passing out apple cider vinegar to drink on these airplanes. Finally, apple cider vinegar, it's nutrient dense and it promotes nutrient absorption. So ACV, through its stimulation of salivary secretions, through increased stomach acidity, its additions there, it literally can potentially help us extract more nourishment from our food. So that's 20 things. That was a lot, right? I hope you got all those. If you didn't get them all, I got a handout for you guys. Click below. You'll see the handout that can help you know what to do with ACV, how to use it, what kind to get. And I would say in utilizing it, I wouldn't drink it straight starting out, but you could try mixing like a teaspoon and 4 to 8 ounces of water, and then drink up with meals. I would start with on the diluted side, and then as you progress, you can always get a little bit more concentrated to see how your esophagus, your stomach handles it, because some people have very delicate tissues, and others, pretty robust skin can handle it. And remember, ACV is really acidic, so I'd always follow it up with the consumption of just a plain glass of water, maybe switched around a little bit, so that your teeth don't lead you to the dentist office over and over again. And if you want to use it for your hair, I think many are going to want to after this, I would mix about 2 to 4 tablespoons of ACV with 60 ounces of water in a bottle. And after you finish shampooing or rinsing your hair, maybe do this once a week, pour the ACV on your scalp, let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes, rinse it all off, but be sure you don't get it into your eyes, as it will be massively irritating. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. That was 20 for apple cider vinegar. And like I mentioned, don't forget the free download below. I keep forgetting to mention that, you guys. I've made so many downloads for you guys to help you accumulate more health in an efficient manner, and I always forget to mention it. So check out below, and I'll see you guys and gals later.